Stephen A. Smith here, giving you guys the Week 7 recap. We will let this Week 7 recap play, and then we'll do the recap and we'll get up out of here. So once it downloads, we'll let it play and we'll begin the show.
Artistry on display. Hi everyone, I'm Scott Hansen. This is your EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 7. Lots to get to. Let's start in SoFi Stadium. The Chargers at home to take on the Indianapolis Colts. And this is Jonathan Taylor. He'll find an opening, and he's gone 20 yards on the touchdown. Next up, it's Santa Clara, California. Let's look in on the Niners as they play host to the Atlanta Falcons. And this is Darnell Mooney. He's one of the 4 verticals on this route, and it's a deep shot. They connect. The Falcons are playing well. They improved to 5-1 with this victory. Lastly, let's go out to the desert, Glendale, Arizona. The Cardinals taking on the Packers. And this is Jordan Love. He's going to stretch the field here, and this one is on target. The Packers find a way to pull this one out as they escape with the narrow win. That's a wrap. Until next time, I'm Scott Hansen. Good night from all of us at EA Sports.
All right, we'll do the Week 7 recap, and then we didn't have any interviews, so this won't be a very long recap. So let's go ahead and get to it. Let's check the incentives. Home team, Panthers out. Who is that? Forced win. Giants already ineligible. Broncos. All right. All right, let's try to knock this out. Long weekend of football, I tell you. Tired. Vikings beat the Eagles 38-31. Looking at the turnover battle, we see it was 4-1. Anytime you turn the ball over that many times, that tell us why they lost. They really don't have any weapons. Traded away Barkley, traded away A.J. Brown, traded away DeMonte Smith. And they do have Johnny Wilson. He had 9 receptions, 133 yards, and a TD. T.J. Hawkinson, 7 receptions, 129, 1 TD. Justin Jefferson and Donnie Mitchell. Okay, so he did have some guys create some plays out the backfield. Nobody ran the ball well. Pretty good statistic. J.J. McCarthy, 302, 2 TDs, 1 interception, but 7 sacks. Next up, we had Coop and who is that? Coop and Bandito. Falcons won this 42-23, completely lopsided. It was tight at the half, 21-10, but that third quarter really, really hurt the 49ers. Turnovers was 1-3. Brock Purdy, 286, 2 TDs, and 2 interceptions, 3 sacks. Michael Penix Jr., 307, 4 TDs, 1 interception. They ran the ball well as far as 49ers. Receivers did pretty good as well. Tight end, George Kittle, 8 receptions, 109. And then you got Darnell Mooney. He had 100 yards. Kyle Pitts, 76. Defense did okay, especially for Atlanta, being able to cause 2 interceptions. Next up, we had was the Bengals and the Steelers. As we see, the score was 28-13. Pittsburgh wasn't able to score much this entire game, only scoring third and fourth quarter. Turnover battle was 2-1. And it's unlikely for Will Howard. He's been playing pretty. He's been playing good football as of late. This is the only game I've seen or recapped where he didn't play up to par. 2 interceptions. Joe Burrow didn't do much neither. Rushing wise, Saquon Barkley. Man, I hate to be reminded he has Saquon Barkley, but 20 attempts, 105, 2 TDs. Absolutely don't blame him any bit. Force it down their throats. I mean, you have the best running back on the game. Wide receivers, pretty decent. 5 receptions, 83 from Jamar Chase. DK Metcalf, 5 receptions, 62. I'm not even going to try to say that, but he had 5 receptions, 44 yards, and 2 TDs. Tight end. Next up, we had was the Jags and the Rams. This was a complete lopsided game. We pretty much dominated this game, especially in the second half. First half, it was 24-7. Kind of slowed down a little bit in the second half, but we was able to just get the job done. Turnovers was 3-0. Another clean game played by us. Trevor Lawrence, 416, 5 TDs, no interceptions, 1 sack. Nick Mullins played a little bit that game, so anybody say, oh, he's not using out everybody. I mean, it's not even worth. I like to bench my players regardless of whether it's the rule or not, simply because, I mean, it's no need for me to risk Trevor Lawrence to get injured when I'm up big. So we was able to put in Nick Mullins. He's from Southern Miss. He's from Mississippi, my home state. And he did throw a TD, so I love it. 67 yards, 1 TD, 3 for 5. I love it. Matthew Stafford, 526, 5 TDs, 3 interceptions. That really, really did it. Taking a look at the rushing, neither side ran the ball well. 12 attempts. So 12 attempts. So we made it. We made we put an emphasis on running it, but we couldn't get anything going. 12 attempts, 46 yards, 1 TD. This was one of those games where I said where we have to get at least 100 yards a game, and we didn't get a chance to do so. So we fell short. That's the only way I can continually be dominant when I start playing playoff football, and that's why I want to make sure I get to 100 yards a game. We ran the ball 12, 13, 14 times. He ran it 7. So we ran it double, and we always utilize everybody. Trevor Lawrence, ETN. I got to get this kid the ball more too. Receivers, his receivers did great. I mean, Terrence Ferguson, tight end, 10 receptions, 184, 3 TDs. Brian Thomas Jr., 6 receptions, 162, 3 TDs. Devontae Adams, 8 receptions, 160, 1 TD. Overall, he did great. It's why receivers did. My DBs couldn't make stops. And his defense played great. Mine's played great as well. We had 3 different guys with an interception. So that's always great. Next up we had was the Dolphins and Browns. We didn't interview anybody this week, but we do remember the Browns. Amfish telling us that last week he wanted to play a little cleaner, and I see he was able to do so. 1 turnover from the Dolphins, but Amfish was able to protect the ball this game. Shador Sanders played great, 266, 2 TDs, no interceptions, 3 sacks. Tua Tagovailoa, um, two TDs, one interceptions. Didn't play really good. Quinshon Judkins came close to running 100 yards. Then you had Devon Akani, Akani, 14 attempts, 81 yards. Pretty decent. Nothing really to brag about. Jerry Judy, 9 receptions, 79 yards, a TD. Breakout game, probably one of his best performances this season in the GFSSL league. And everybody else just made plays, got open. Um, Jalen Conyers, he had 3 receptions, 64 yards, but the 21.3 on average is pretty good. That let me know he's a deep threat, although he's a tight end. But shout out to them Browns. They played a real clean game. Next up we had was the Patriots and the Titans. Turnover battle was 1-3. Drake made 4 TDs, 360, 1 interception, 2 sacks. Cam Ward, 322, 2 TDs, 3 interceptions. Those 3 interceptions definitely hurt. I think Cam Ward has to be top 3 with the most interceptions thrown this season. Um, Titans did run the ball well, 108, 1 TD. But you can say the same for the Patriots. 8 attempts, 96 yards, 2 TDs. Receivers did pretty well. Kyle Williams, 5 receptions, 158, 2 TDs. Um, Tennessee had a tight end with 11 receptions, 103, 1 TD. So they had guys get open. You just turn the ball over. Then we had Saints and the Bears. As we can clearly see, the Bears played great this game. Oh, wow. This is the first game, I think, of the whole entire GFSSL league cycle. I mean, I know this is the first season where both sides turnovers was 0-0. Tyler Shaw, 2 TDs, no interceptions. Caleb Williams, 259, 3 TDs, no interceptions. Rushing, both guys ran the ball well. DeAndre Swift, 99. Alvin Kamara, 94. Receivers, nobody really separated themselves. DJ Moore did okay, 6 receptions, 90 yards. But truthfully, nobody really, Luther Burden did separate himself. 6 receptions, 52 yards, 3 TDs. He definitely played a huge part of this game. And nobody, as I said before, nobody forced the turnover. Next up we had was the Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Huge win right here for the Raiders. Turnovers was 0-5. It looks like the Chiefs got back to doing what they've been doing, their old habits. I told you guys I spoke with him behind the scenes, giving him a little bit of my advice as far as what it looks like he wanted to get out here and pass. 5 interceptions. Geno Smith, 3 TDs. Running wise, this is his strength in my opinion. 19 attempts, 87 yards, 4.6 on average. When you are somebody like the Chiefs owner, you have to be able to utilize your strength. Run the ball. If you would have ran the ball more than what you probably did, it would have helped you, for one, limit turnovers, and 2, you would have been able to pick up first downs. 4.6 plus 4.6 plus another 4.6. I mean, that's a first down and some more. So that's just my opinion, but it looks like he forgot that. Travis Kelce did do pretty well, 7 receptions, 111 yards. Brock Bowers, 9 receptions, 72 yards, 2 TDs. Trey Tucker, he did his thing as well. Shout out to them Raiders. Next up we had was the Colts and the Chargers. Colts won this game 31-24. First half it was 21-3. They allowed the Chargers to get back into this game in the second half. Turnovers was 1-2. Anthony Richardson Sr., 174, 1 interception. Neither side really ran well, but you can see a strong emphasis as far as the Colts to put the ball into the hands of Jonathan Taylor, 15 attempts, 72 yards, 2 TDs. He had 4.8 on average. Wide receivers definitely made some plays. Trey Harris, 9 receptions, 107, 1 TD. He's from Mississippi. Well, he went to Ole Miss, but we're going to definitely claim him. Then you got Tyler Warren, 6 receptions, 75 yards, 2 TDs. Great stuff right there, man. You love to see it. Next up, we had was the Packers and the Cardinals. Very, very tight game. This game definitely came down to the wire. It was 14-3 in the first half, but just like the other game, Green Bay allowed the Cardinals to get back into the game in the second half, scoring 14-3 in the third quarter. Turnover battle was 2-3. Just too many turnovers for the Cardinals. 313, 2 TDs. You limit the turnovers, you have probably a very good chance to win. Green Bay were able to run the ball well, 26 attempts. I love it. I mean, I can't imagine myself doing it, but I need to. I definitely need to get my attempts up because when you can run the ball well, again, it just helps a lot. 119, 4.6 on average, 1 TD. Receivers definitely played great. Tight end, Trey McBride, 8 receptions, 210, 2 TDs. Christian Watson, 3 receptions, 79 yards, 1 TD. Defense made plays, 10 tackles from Jalen Thompson. Has definitely had some guys with tackles. 2 guys with interceptions for Green Bay. And they was able to pull out the dub. Dallas and the Commanders. Dallas won this game. This was a big, big win for their division as it's very tight. And I think it's really coming down to the Dallas Cowboys and the Commanders. Cowboys able to win this game 27-16. First half, it was 14-10. That second half, Cowboys able to rally and pull away a little bit. Outscoring their opponent 13-6 in the second half. Turnover battle was 2-1. Dak Prescott played phenomenal. 223, 3 TDs, no interceptions. I mean, he can't play no better than that. 73%, just like he did when he played us as far as real life. I mean, you can't help but put the ball in position for your receivers to make plays, and it's just going to come down to that. Jaden Daniels, bad game, 54%, 54.8 rating, 53% passing rating. 2 interceptions, 2 sacks, just did not come ready to play. Jaden Blue, 85 yards, very short a little bit. You want to get that to 100 yards if you could. I mean, he's top 3 in rushing right now in the league. That's why I say that. Then you got Brian Robinson Jr., 17 attempts, 62 yards, 3.6, 1 TD. Great stuff right there, man, from Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb played great, 7 receptions, 100 yards, 1 TD. Deebo Samuel, 4 receptions, 73 yards. Everybody else played pretty well. Cowboys had 3 different receivers with the TD. Defensive-wise, Cowboys had 2 guys on the defense side of the ball to create a turnover. Jared Verse, 6'4", 254 from Florida State, had 2 sacks. And then Commanders had some guys with a lot of tackles, but usually it's not good. When you have guys with 10-plus tackles, it's not good because that means your defense can't get off the field. So Cowboys probably had a lot of time. They probably had the most time of possession in this game. Looking at those statistics, time of possessions, 22 minutes and 18 seconds. So that tells me right there that they was able to control the game. I can look at the statistics and know how the game pretty much went. I do this shit all day, every day. Now we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Lions. As we see, it was 21-7 in the first half. Second half, Tampa Bay was able to continually keep their foot on the gas, 14-0 in the third quarter. From there, it was pretty much theirs. Turnovers was 1-1. Taking a look at the player stats, Jared Goff, 172, 3 TDs, no interception, but the 3 sacks. Baker Mayfield played lights out, 302, 4 TDs, 1 interception. Rushing wise, Gibbs was short. He was short of his 100 yards. You definitely want to get there if you can. Um, Tampa Bay was able to get it done through the air. 8 receptions, 108. Um, Mike Evans, 6 receptions, 85, 2 TDs. Emeka Ibuka, 5 receptions, 73 yards, 2 TDs. So, I mean, this played a big role. Their Detroit secondary couldn't stop these receivers. Let's see. Next up we had was the Texans and the Seahawks. This game was 14-14 in the first half, but that second half hurted the Seahawks. Um, 24-8 in the second half, 38-22 final. Turnover battle was 0-4. Jalen Milroe, 4 interceptions, bad game. 64 rating, 46% passing. CJ Stroud, 235, 3 TDs, no interception. Joe Mixon had probably the best rushing. Nico Collins, 7 receptions, 155 yards, 17.2 average, 2 TDs. Cooper Kupp, 5 receptions, 141, 1 TD. I mean, when you can run the ball well, like it's similar to the way that the Texans played this game is how I want to play. Run the ball down their throat, get them to start calling plays to stop the run, and then it makes things so much easier when you um, start passing. Away team ineligible, as we said, and both of these guys are ineligible. Taking a look at the top performers, we see Baker Mayfield. He's up right now with the yardage, 2,609, 18 TDs. Trevor Lawrence is following him a little bit, 66%. He has more TDs, 23, but 2,307 yards. Drake May, 62 completion, 2,266 passing yards, and 23 TDs. Rushing yards, Josh Jacobs, 96 attempts, 709 yards. Rushing, 66 TDs. Um, then you got Taylor, 675 rushing yards, 9 TDs. He has the most TDs of the top 3. Jaden Blue, he has carried the load for the Dallas Cowboys a lot this season. 122 rushing attempts. He has 122 rushing attempts, but still at the bottom 3. So that tells us how great Taylor and Jacobs are doing. The fact that he has way more rushing attempts than they do, and he still has less yardage. Receiving yards, we got Justin Jefferson. He's up top right now, 822, 7 TDs. You got Jamar Chase, 51 receptions, 777 yards, and then 4 TDs. And then you got Williams with 34 receptions, 741 yards, and 9 TDs. So he has a lot of TDs. Sacks, Tampa Bay has the right edge with 9, 20 tackles for a loss. Dallas Cowboys have their left edge with 9 sacks. We saw he had a very good game last week, but this past week in our weekly recap, and he have 12 tackles for a loss. And then McDonald, um, 7 sacks, 10 tackles for a loss. Interceptions, we have the Chargers. Still has 7 interceptions, 4 deflections. I want to say that's what deflections mean. Then the Mike linebacker from the Colts, 5 interceptions, 6 deflections. And then the Colts, Carly's with 4 interceptions, but no defensive deflections. I want to say that's what it means. I gotta research that. I've been trying to find it. So if somebody be watching these recaps, simply let me know if you know. But I think that's what that means. DEFL. Tackles right now, we got Bynum, 63 tackles, 34 solo. Wow, he's pretty much running away with the tackles. Then you got the Giants, 42 tackles, 31 solo, and Franklin, 54 tackles and 29 solo. Taking a look at the division. Right now, let me go back. Right now, we can see the Giants right now is up 6-1 right now in the AFC East. AFC North, you got the Browns 6-1. AFC South, you have Colts and the Jaguars. They haven't played each other yet, so it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to come down to the Colts and the Jaguars for the AFC South. Jags played the Texans and we beat them, so we can kind of split a game, but not being cocky, but we really not worrying about the Texans. It's really going to come down to the Colts and the Jags for the AFC South. AFC West, we have the Chargers and the Broncos. Raiders on the outside looking in. Kansas City is not out of there yet, but that loss to the Raiders this past week recap definitely hurt. Um, we got to do the NFC side. All right, so let's check the NFC. I thought it was a button I could have pressed. So let's take a look at the NFC. NFC North, you got the Bears and the Packers. It's going to come down to these two teams. Division race right now. Both of these guys undefeated. So whenever they play each other, I don't see how you cannot have them as the game of the week potentially. We'll see what's going on. NFC South, you got the Bucks and the Falcons, both of them with one loss. Saints hanging on the thread along with the Panthers. Division race right now is in the hands of the Buccaneers. They're undefeated right now in their division. Next up, we got the NFC East. Cowboys and the Eagles. Commanders losing to the Cowboys definitely hurt. Now you got the Cowboys and the Eagles. I think the Cowboys did beat the Eagles as well. They should be undefeated. Yeah, they're undefeated in that division. So it's really in the hands of the Cowboys. They're in the front runner for the NFC East. But they only a game ahead of the Eagles, so they can't afford to stumble. NFC West, you got the Rams, 49ers tied, Cardinals on the outside looking in. Seattle kind of hanging on a little bit by a thread. They are 1-1 in the division record, but you have the Rams and the 49ers with positive wins as far as division record. So it's going to be interesting to see. Taking a look at some of the news that's being tweeted out. We'll do what last week 7. Well, we'll do this week. We'll do this week because that's past tense. We already did our recap. This week we see it's been confirmed that the Saints will be suiting up in their alternate uniforms at home this weekend. Pretty cool little feature. Defensive showdown, the Steelers and the Packers will clash this week. Yeah, that's going to be a big one right there, man. Will Howard coming off a rough game this past week. And then you got the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love. It's going to be a nice game, man. I'm definitely rooting for both teams, but if I had to choose, I'm going to say the Steelers. Scott Hansen says this will get ugly, Colts versus the Titans. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be ugly. If I was to pick, though, I'm going Colts. I think the only team that's in the way of the Colts right now is the Jaguars, in my opinion. But we will see. It's going to definitely be a challenge. The Colts is dangerous. The forecast calls for fireworks in the Indianapolis this week with two of the league's best offensive colliding, Titans and Titans Colts. Definitely agree with them. Baker Mayfield leads Buccaneers over the Saints, so I guess they already played. The Buccaneers jumped on Baker Mayfield's back, and he came through connecting with his receivers for 442 yards in the win. Week 8 clash, Packers Steelers defenses will be on display as middle linebacker Edgerrin Cooper leads Green Bay on a road trip to face Patrick Queen. and Pittsburgh front seven in week 8. High flying matchup between the Titans and the Colts. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be high flying. It's the number 4th and number 1 offenses in town as Tennessee takes on Indianapolis. So it's the top 5 offensive teams that's gonna face off. So I expect a lot of a high scoring game. Every yard counts in Baltimore. 2 of the league's top defenses set the scene as the 5-1 Bears travel to face the 3-3 Ravens. That's a game that's like a setup game right there. So if you're the Bears, you have to still be very, very careful with that one. I think that's pretty much it. Um, as we can see, some of the top prospects: Brett Thorson, Brady Bradshaw, some of the top ranked prospects, top needs, um, long snappers, top need kickers. Okay. Um, let's see. I think that's pretty much it. We have a bye week, and then we face the Raiders, and then we have the Texans on deck. It's gonna be a fun game. Playing the Raiders, my guy. We are in a trade move for Shiloh Sanders, so I'm gonna go ahead and approve that in the threads, and we'll go ahead and bring that kid over here so primetime Deion Sanders can coach his son over here in Jacksonville. Trying to get all my guys from Colorado over here, so we're still working on that. We got some players to negotiate for the Jaguars. It's gonna be very interesting. We got some guys that we need to bring back, key pieces. Every one of these guys we need to bring back. Every one of them important from the 85 overall all the way down to 62. Every one of them important. We need to continually bring everybody back year after year. We'll bring in a few pieces here and there, a few trades maybe. I mean, little smaller trades. We're not looking for anything big. I love the way that um, the Jaguars has organized this football team. So I know my most recent opponent watching you said he made some statements about my O line, but we good, man. We gonna get better. We got some guys with star developments. And we got some normal developments as well, but I still need everybody on this team. We're proud to be Jaguars, so I need everybody back. We probably only way we'll be bringing in new talent, like I say, little small trades or practice squad stealing. We definitely gonna hunt as far as now. I'm gonna see if any practice squad players have gotten better throughout these few weeks, and we'll probably sign some guys. But once you make our team, the 53-man roster, we bring in guys that we feel like can help the team. We got 21.6 million salary cap, so as long as we sitting good in the cap, um, it's always great. So I'm gonna see what we got. We like to scout guys from the Cowboys rosters. Usually they have speed. We like to look in the areas of the Chiefs. The Chiefs usually have some good linemen. Um, Bears usually have good little small pieces here and there. I hate to give my gems away. Mike Jets, he usually have some good pieces. Amfish usually have good pieces, especially when we have the draft year after year after year. I can't wait to see what those guys put on their practice squad so we can make some happy stealing. See you guys.